Rest in peace. May Jesse Powell's soul rest in peace. I hope I said his last name correctly. Let's get into the foolery. Okay? Let's get into the foolery. Now, real talk with Miss O. Guys, please like and subscribe to this sister channel. Content is fire, educational, and she calls you on your shit. Do you hear me? Y'all get in here and rock out on Miss O. You see her? You see her? Okay, real talk with Miss O. Get in here and like and subscribe to this sister channel. Let's get it popping, baby. How's my mic, y'all? How's my mic? Okay, I hope it's not making that funny noise like it usually do, because this is one of the new phones. Okay, let's get in here. Let's get in here. The title of this foolery is, okay, the title of this foolery is, if the husband pays all the bills in the house, does the wife have the right? Does the wife have the right to put him on the couch when she gets mad? Does the wife have the right to put him on the couch when she gets mad? Okay? If the husband, Stephen, that's too fast, Stephen. That's too, y'all, listen, you're moving too fast. Y'all, that's too fast, y'all. That's too fast. You're supposed to wait a little bit. You were supposed to let me get through it first. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. You, it's too much. It's too much. Stephen said, hell no. Miss O said, hell no. Okay. 18. What's up, baby? 18. 18 said, nope. Oh my God. Okay. Andrew, how are you? Guys, please hit the like and subscribe button if you feel the content. Also, do me a favor. You know, it's only 8 likes in here. You know, I keep telling y'all about this stuff. Heather, how are you? I keep telling y'all about this stuff, okay? Y'all not being nice at all, okay? Y'all being disrespectful, okay? You being disrespectful. I don't know what my bun is doing this morning, but we just gonna work it out. I don't know what's going on. Y'all not being nice today, okay? Okay? Okay, you're not being nice. You're not being nice today. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Okay? Now, we just started the stream. Now, I know I was on Color People Time, damn it. But we just started the stream, okay? Can I get the like button, please? Can I get a like button? I mean, damn, okay? Now, Green Beans, good morning. Okay, good morning to all my regulars. How y'all doing? Steven, 18, Miss O. Green Beans, how are y'all? It's good to see y'all. Reggie B, how you doing? Okay, Reggie B says, good morning, everyone. Damn, finally got to sit in on another live. All right, baby, we gonna get it popping. Now, Green B said, not good. He said he not doing good today. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Miss O said, I'm not putting my husband on no couch. This is his house. Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty. Okay. Now let's get into the foolery. Now, before we really do get into the foolery, I got something to show y'all real quick. So, you know, we were talking about Judge Joe Brown, right? Now, a couple days ago, I played a clip from Judge Joe Brown. And I love how they drop in all these gems and stuff like this, because it's making me understand what's going on better. You understand? So I like the way that all these gems are being dropped when we're talking about Carmelo Anthony, okay? And when we're talking about Austin, okay? And I want y'all to hear Austin Metcalf. And I want y'all to hear my condolences to the family. I have to say that. I know that we're in here and we're speaking. I know that we're in here and we're speaking and we want to get in here on our baby side. And I understand that. I'm not saying anybody is wrong for the way that you feel when we're talking about Austin Metcalf, and when we're talking about Carmelo Anthony. I'm not saying anybody is wrong. I'm just saying a bullying should not lead to death. That's what I'm saying. Okay? So I know some of y'all may get offended about how I feel, and that's your business. That's okay that you get offended on, you offended, that's your business. Okay? I, as a mother, I can't see it. Okay? That's only me. That's only me as a mother. I can't see it. That's where I'm coming from. I'm not coming from a black and white situation. I'm coming from a mother. I'm coming from when you're in the hospital, you know what I'm saying? And you're giving birth to this baby. I'm coming from that. When you have been carrying this baby close to 10 months, I'm coming from that. Nobody should, okay, be deleted because of bullying. That's what I'm coming from. Now, I understand that the law has to play out, okay? So we have to see what's going to happen to our son, okay? Our son, I'm talking about Carmelo, I got to just say Anthony because I always get his first name messed up. So I'm coming from understanding what's going to happen with our son, okay? Now, Austin has already been, laid to rest. And my condolences to the family. I have to say that because it's painful, no matter what color you are, to lose your child. Okay, but Judge Joe Brown is out here, and he got something to say, some more stuff to say about Anthony. Okay, so this might be Anthony defense right here. I want y'all to hear the breakdown of what Judge Joe Brown says. Okay, don't be offended that we gonna be going into this, back and forth, because I want us to get the whole story. You know what I'm saying? I want us to dig into the story. When we hear certain parts, let's play it. Let's find out when they have the case start. We want to get in here and start talking about that too. We can't just let it just die off and not find out what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Because Anthony is still our son. Regardless if you see other black content creators, African American content creators, melanated content creators, I'm saying it all together because some of y'all get offended. So no matter if you see all these different content creators that comes from our community, and they're up here and they're saying things about Anthony, Anthony is still our son. He's still in our community. He's still our son. So we still have to go and see the outcome of this foolery. Do you understand the outcome of this horrible tragedy? You understand? So that's why we still gonna talk about it at times. So let's get in here. I want y'all to listen to this. Young Black and Wealthy dropped this on his platform. Okay, here we go.
Came out with a statement regarding his thoughts on the Carmelo Anthony case, and to all those white supremacists that jumped in my live and said I was a terrible law student because I was one of the first creators to tell y'all that Carmelo Anthony was actually robbed under the Texas Penal Code 29.02. But since you won't listen to me, let's see if you listen to an official judge.
And they try to take it again from him. That's a robbery. In other words, the taking of the property of another by use of force or violence. He resisted the robbery, which is a felony, and that would morph the whole thing to killing into a felony murder situation. If you have a felony murder thing, the people who implemented the underlying felony become responsible for the consequences. For instance, if there is a proprietor, a manager, or an employee in a liquor store, and some people come in to hold up the liquor store, and there's a shootout, and one of the bullets fired by the proprietor, the manager, or an employee miscarries and kills an innocent person on the sidewalk. Well, under the felony murder thing, the employee, manager, or whatever is not charged with the homicide. The people who are charged with the homicide are the ones that started the robbery. So in this case, you have a party that starts a robbery. 2, allegedly, you have a killing that results by the would-be victim of the robbery. So what happens is, under the felony murder theory, The person discharged with the homicide and the robbery is the survivor. In this case, one of the should be co-defendants to the robbery, if that's the way the case is cast. The whole thing about the $1 million bond is absolutely ridiculous because under the Fifth Amendment, bonds shall be reasonable, and reasonable has been interpreted for the last 230 years by the U.S. Supreme Court and most appellate courts as meaning simply enough to ensure that a person shows up until the charges are disposed of. No.
Mr. Brown came out with a statement.
So now y'all can get offended all you want, but this is what the judge said, okay? So $1 million bail bond, I hope I'm saying that correctly, that Anthony had was not just, and that's why it was lowered. I know a lot of y'all offended by what the judge did, and the judge is African American. And some of y'all got in here and y'all was so indignant, okay? Some of y'all got in here and was like, oh, their own people, this and that. Listen, nobody says anything when some of the cases that we have been involved in, that the judge is Caucasian, okay? That all we're looking at is that letting the law play out. Now, what the judge, and this is what I'm interpreting, but y'all come and correct me if I'm wrong. So we remember in the beginning of Anthony and Austin having the interaction, and Austin snatched his bag, right? Okay. So that is committing a crime. He snatched his bag. So now the judge is saying that for him snatching the bag, that this was a felony. That's what he said. That's what I'm getting. Okay. And so Kamala Anthony, and I'm saying his name wrong, Anthony was just in what he did. So that's what the judge said, if the lawyer reports it that way. Okay. So technically it was a crime. That's what it looks like. So Anthony may be getting off. This is what the judge said. Now I may be wrong in how I'm interpreting it. Maybe y'all can interpret it different, but this is what I heard from the judge. Okay. Now, regardless, at the end of the day, the whole situation is horrible because you have two 17-year-olds, and one, he will never forget what happened. The other one, okay, you don't know if Anthony will go to jail or do anything, you don't know, but he will never forget what happened. And then you have another teen that was laid to rest last week, okay? Last weekend, I think it was. So the situation is painful. And so we shouldn't be in here making it worse for both families, okay? We should not be in here adding fuel to the fire. I watched a Caucasian content creator come up on social media, and he said he wished he lived in Texas, okay? That he would be down at their house if he lived in Texas because, oh, these people looking out for themselves. Let me share something with y'all. All y'all that think that this makes sense, that you go down to this boy's house and do nonsense. His father has the right to protect their home. His father has the right to protect their home. So don't think you're going to go down there and do some nonsense to the family when there have been times where y'all own has did nonsense to us. Now let's get that clear. And nobody said they was riding down to your house. Let the law play out. Now, is the situation sad? Yes, it is. It's heartbreaking. But this is not to be called for violence. This is stupid. The situation is heartbreaking, but violence is not to be called. And I don't know how Instagram let that ish stay up like that. Yes, I reported that ass. Yes, I did. I reported that ass. Not come on my timeline and think nobody gonna report that ass. I'm reported that ass because these are two children. Two children. One had been laid to rest, and the other one don't know what type of mind he got going on right now, crying and everything. Damn it, I be damned. And you getting up there igniting some bullshit on social media. This is the shit that need to come down on social media. This is the shit that need to come down. Ant-Man, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Ant-Man said, I'm with Anthony's family. I understand. And we are with the family too. But we're just saying that bullying should not lead to death. Okay? But this is the thing that hurts so bad, is that when you as a content creator can come up to social media and you ignite bullshit like this, why would you say, oh, if I lived in Texas, I'll ride down to the house? You don't know if the daddy is ready for y'all motherfuckers to come down there and do something to his house. Y'all doing too much. This is stupid. This is stupid. Let the law play out. It is not a time for violence. This is stupid. I want to say that with my full chest, because this is not a call for violence. This is the last thing that both of these families need. You have a mother who lost her son, that the father was not active in their life. Allegedly, from what the story was told, the father has a criminal background. Now, yes, he's selling realty, he's selling homes now, but he was doing nonsense back then. Now, I know a lot of people like, well, take heed, that shouldn't be the subject. It has to be the subject, because I'm going to share something with you. If the shoe was on the other foot and this was Anthony's father, it'd be all over social media, but they didn't come tell that. It'd have been all over the news. They didn't come tell that. So we have to call a spade a spade. The father was not in these boys' life like he was supposed to be. Okay? He wasn't there on a consistent basis, living in a household with these kids. And we all know when these children are not raised with their fathers, they become monsters. We all know that. When these children are not governed by their fathers, they become monsters. Regardless of what color the child is, if the father is not in the home dictating law to these children, the children grow up and think they can get in here and whoop mama ass. Do you understand? So we got to get in here and understand that if the father is not there, these children do not grow up properly. They do not grow up properly. Okay? Or either, and I'm going to share something with you, there are some mothers that are blessed that they have took these children and put them in programs that help them, okay, to regulate that anger, okay, to regulate that anger. So in the end of the day, hey, Ricky, what's going on, baby? So at the end of the day, we all know that if the father is not in a home on a consistent basis and he's not talking to these children and doing what they're supposed to do to tame these kids, they will grow up and do nonsense. That's any color. Just like we get in here and call our children that don't have the father in the home on a regular, we get in here and call them, oh no, they acting like monsters. So we got to be fair and say the same thing too. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm still not gonna say that Anthony was right. I can't. As a mother, I can't say Anthony was right, because I would not want to be somewhere, you know what I'm saying, going to the morgue trying to identify my son. So I can't be like, yeah, Anthony was right, even though this is our son. I can't get in there and be like, this is right. Bullying should not lead to death. But we also got to get in here and do corrections as well. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Now, what I'm saying, a lot of people may not agree. I'm not asking you to agree. This is my motherfucking channel. I'm not asking you to agree. If you get offended by what I'm saying, baby, scroll up. You don't have to stay here. Hey, Mimi, what's up, baby? That's all I'm saying. But what Judge Joe Brown said is that basically he trying to say that Anthony was in the right because Austin snatched his bag from him. So that is him taking possession of somebody else's belongings. So you can get it, I guess, by the penal code in Texas, you're able to get your items back. Okay? By I guess using some I don't know. I don't want to get in here and try to explain it. But y'all heard what Judge Joe Brown said. So let's see what it plays out. Let's see what happens. And then we'll get in here and we'll continue to talk about it. Okay, I just feel bad for both of the families. I do. I with all my heart, I feel bad for both of the families. I feel bad for the Metcalf family because to bury your child at 17, that's the worst nightmare that any parent will want to go through. And to find, not even to find out, but for the Austin, for Anthony's family, okay? You don't know if your child is going to be put behind bars for the rest of his life. You don't know how this will play out. And I understand what the mama is going through. So I'm looking at the hearts of both of these mamas, regardless of what y'all say, you know what I'm saying? And then you looking at the mindset of the fathers as well, the mamas and the fathers, okay? Because I got to say both of them. Nobody wants their child to be sent to glory. Now, I know y'all want to get in here. Y'all want to bring up all these names that happened in our past. Yes. Yes. I understand. I do understand. But this is the gospel truth. This thing happened long before some of y'all was born. Some of these situations happened long before you were born. Okay? Some of y'all who in the chat. Some of y'all lived through it. But at the end of the day, nobody, I don't care what color they are, nobody should be sent to glory for bullying. A bully need their ass whoop. That's what bullying need. They need their ass whoop. It is not being sent to glory. That's just a mother saying this. Now, men may come with a different type of logic, but a mother saying this, I would not want my son to be sent to glory because of bullying. Let's continue. Let's get into the next foolery. China is doing some foolery. Do you hear me? China is doing some foolery. Shout out to TikTok, okay? China is out here coming gang gang for y'all American people. Yes, honey, okay? Why I say y'all? I should have said us. China is coming for us, gang gang, okay? All these suppliers is coming to TikTok telling what is really going on, okay? Telling what is really going on, okay? Anthony, Arthur, my dear, my channel is not for hatred. Do you hear me? You understand? My channel is not for hatred. You can go somewhere else with that. You can go somewhere else with that. It's all right to state your opinion on how you feel, but we not doing no hatred stuff up in here. My channel, we don't do stuff like that. Okay? We don't do stuff like that. Not in here. Now, they got other content creators that's like, you know, ghetto and shit. You can go over there. You can go over to their chat and say all this hatred stuff that you want. Okay? But it's early in the morning over here. So we don't do nonsense like that, Arthur. You can scroll up, baby. Okay? You can scroll up. You can go to another channel, honey. You don't have to watch us. Okay? We all on the same page here. Some of us disagree and some of us don't. You won't change my mind as a mother. No mother wants to put their child in a casket. Do you hear me? I don't care if the child was a demon. No mother wants to put their child in a casket. Now let's get into the foolery. Okay. China out here doing gang gang. Okay. The suppliers are coming out talking to the American people. And they like, listen, you can buy directly from us. Okay. You can buy directly from us. China doing some nonsense. He said, you ain't got to go through Alibaba. Okay. You ain't got to go through Wish. You ain't got to go through none of that stuff. You ain't got to go through Temu. They up here doing some foolery in these TikTok streets, okay? And y'all have been the fool for many years. This is why I don't do that name brand stuff. I have never done that name brand stuff. Now, back in the day, I did with the oldest child. I buy him all types of name brand. These other four, I don't buy that shit. I don't even buy my own stuff that be name brand, baby. Because all they did was put a label that came from another country on a thing to make it official. That's all they did, honey. Here's one of them coming for y'all right now. This is nonsense. Here we go.
This man got on his app and said all the luxury items are made in China and they only go to Italy to have the tag put on it, the designer tag. And once that designer tag is put on it, now it can say made in Italy because only that small little percentage was actually made in Italy, but that's all it takes to say made in Italy. Now it makes it over here to our designer boutiques and we're spending thousands upon thousands of dollars for something that was in fact made in China, not Italy. I don't care how much you're spending on a thing. Chances are it is coming from China. The only part that was actually made in Italy was when they put the designer tag on there. And this is why the wealthiest of wealthy people buy inspired by items. Why? Why would you spend the whole thing? Listen, I did a whole series on Birkins, and in one of the, you can see it in my like viral things I have pinned up there, but one of the videos was talking about the Birkin sort of like Tupperware party that all the wealthy Upper East Side women in New York have. They're not spending money on real Birkins. They're not shucking and jiving for Birkin. And they call the people over in China and get the same. Yeah, so if you know, you know, the people actually have Birkin connects direct to manufacturer. And that's how they're getting them made. The wealthy people.
That's it.
The people who are not like going through the foolishness of the Birkin game. The people who could care less because they don't need to look rich. They're actually not trying to look rich because they are wealthy. That's the difference. Those are the people I'm talking about. But y'all.
So check this out. The other day, one of our sisters was in, I think she was in some, you know, with these special type of bags, these Birkin bags and stuff, right? You go to like this, you know, the store looks amazing. They give you wine and cherries and shit. And so she had to wait to get approved for the bag. You got to get an approval for the bag, okay? The Birkin bag, you got to get an approval for this bag. Why sister girl fall out on the floor screaming and everything? Y'all, I know y'all saw it because I shared it with y'all on Instagram. Sister girl fell out because of a Birkin bag. I had put in the description, I said it was made in China. Because you know, what the hell? You know, you falling out for a bag that was made in China. Okay? Made in China. All they did was get the label from Italy and put it on a doggone bag. And there go your Birkin bag. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. Okay? And now China has come out to expose that ass. They tired of y'all. They want y'all to know this is what's going on. Okay? Y'all buying all this stuff. Here's another Chinese person. Here we go. This is another manufacturer that he said those red bottoms, okay? Those red bottoms, okay? Y'all have lost y'all mind over those red bottoms, but we make them here in China. That's what he said. We make them here in China, okay? That's what he said, damn it, okay? And he also got some smoke, okay? He got some smoke. He said both nations make a lot of money, okay, on y'all not knowing what's really going on. He said the difference is that China invests the money into the land and the money that's made from the US y'all basically spending it for no reason. Y'all don't invest in your roads and bridges and all that shit. Now he ain't lying. He ain't lying. Here we go. He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
They rob you blind and you thank them for it. That's a tragedy. That's a scam. That's why I'm saying this right now. Americans, you don't need a tariff. You need a revolution. For decades, your government and oligarchs won't ship your job to China. Not for diplomacy, not for peace, but to exploit cheap laborers. And in the process, they hollow out your middle class, crushed your working class, and taught you to be proud while they sold your future for profit. And yes, China made money, but we used it to build roads, lift millions out of poverty, fund healthcare, raise living standard. We reinvested in our people. My family also benefited from it. What did your oligarchs do? They bought yachts, private jets, mansions with golf course driveways. They manipulate the market, dodge tax, and pour billions into endless wars. And you get stagnated wages, crippling healthcare costs, cheap document, debt, and flagged wave property made in China while they pick your pocket. For 40 years, both China and the United States benefit from the trade, the manufacturing, but only one of us use that wealth to build. This isn't China's fault. This is yours. You let it. They rob you blind and you thank them for it. That's a tragedy. That's a scam. That's why I'm saying this right now. Americans, you don't need a tariff. You need a revolution. For decades, your government and oligarch.
Now, listen. Latoya is right. Latoya said they telling because of the tariffs. Okay? This is true. This is true. You ain't lying. They telling because of the tariffs. Okay? This is a good thing because now y'all know how much this shit really costs. Okay? Now you know. So all the shit we got over here is fake. Okay? All the shit, all y'all who got those Birkin bags, those Michael Kors bags, those red bottoms, okay? All that is fake. They just put the label. So you're paying 90% for the cost of this item is because of the label. Because of the label. I had said this months ago. I had said this. I said this months ago. Why did Takey say this? Why did she say this? Because we have had our family business for 5 years now. Okay? 5 years now. Okay? And when you have an your items, when you have a business and you're buying overseas, okay? You have to have everything legit. These people ask you, do you have your tax ID number, all this stuff like that for you to buy in bulk, okay? So our shit had to be legit, that it's going here, it's this, that, this is the legal document and stuff like that, especially when you're buying in bulk. See, 1 or 10, 20 items is nothing. But when you have a business, you have to buy over 5. You have to buy. Sometimes you'll get suppliers that are only sending you 100 pieces. Some you'll get suppliers that will send you 50, 1,000. Okay. So when you have a business, you have to buy in bulk. Baby, if the stuff I told y'all that we had in this room is wild, y'all. And now, mind you, I keep it organized. Everything is on its shelf and stuff like that. But it looked like a mini store. So when they drop our stuff to the house, it's like a big crate that come. The kids offload it, put it in the room. I'm telling you that the stuff that I seen that was supposed to be name brand, but the label is not there, but the quality and everything is good. That's the shit I got. That's the shit we got in here. The quality is amazing. Never got a complaint about any of the quality because we make sure we buy from an amazing supplier. But I told my husband, I was like, how is it that our stuff always gets stopped at customs? I kept asking them that. Why does stuff always get stopped at customs? He said, because they trying to make sure that it ain't got no name brand label on the stuff. And soon as we get it, you see all the box be like, they done wrapped it up with some tape and everything. It's so crazy. Mind you, when the supplier sent it to us, they give us a video of the stuff that they send it. They do a video. Okay, so we thinking it's supposed to look like that. Look, the box half open, everything bust open. They try to put a little tape around it and drop it. You know, mind you, it's a big crate, but the stuff is open because they want to make sure that the stuff is not labeled name brand. Because if it's labeled name brand, what happened? The company gets fined. So that's us. We get in trouble. Then we got to go down and try to clear it and find out what's going on, but we get in trouble. So this is why they so like, you know, they're crazy about the name brand thing. When you're getting your stuff shipped in, they're crazy about that name brand because the companies are trying to make sure nobody is selling identical stuff to theirs. Do you understand that they got the label on it? Because, baby, if you got the label, you in trouble with customs. Baby, you'll get in trouble with customs if the label is on there. Okay? And thank God we ain't never have a situation like that. Okay? We only had one situation, and they sent that shit back. And I told the person, I'm like, how did y'all send it to us? And that's not what I picked. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I picked. So I need a reimbursement. You know what I'm saying? You don't send us stuff like that. And we got to deal with the problem. You know what I'm saying? And so in customs, now a lot of y'all may not know this, but they give you 3 tries and then you're out. Like, you know, you get 3, if you get 3 fuck ups, they get you, you know, you're gone. They don't, you can't have anything shipped through no more. So you have to have everything on the up and up. Okay? That's just a little tidbit I want to give y'all. Whoever want to start a business and you got to bring in like bulk items, big shit, okay? Just let you know, customs don't play. They bust your stuff open to make sure that this is right, the right stuff, okay? Anyway, just want to say something to y'all. Now you know the truth. They coming out telling it. Now you know the truth. And I'm going to share something with you. I take heed, didn't know this either. Not until the business started. I didn't know that that's what they were doing because everybody was bragging about, oh, my stuff was made in Italy. My stuff was, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing that this stuff was all done in China. They just used a different type of material to make it like stronger or whatever so that it'll last. But listen, when they do these manufacturing things, baby, they use the same stuff. They use the same stuff. They just don't label it. So those cheap bags and shoes and all that stuff that you're buying, they still stay as long as the name brand ones as well. Can you imagine? So all y'all doing is paying for the name. China is on some, oh my God, China is ready, honey. China got some smoke. Okay? And y'all get ready. Now we going to drop that. We're going to get into this. Okay. Ricky said, I thought everyone knew this. I didn't know it. I didn't know it until we started a business. I did not know. Because a lot of people where I grew up, they were bragging about, you know, where they stuff came from and all that other stuff. Okay. So now I want y'all to hear this. This was so funny. Shout out to Young, Black, and Wealthy. This was so funny, but it's true at the same time. Okay. There's one group of people, okay, in this world that you cannot mention. You cannot mention because all hell break loose. Anybody know who that is? There's one group of people that you cannot mention in this world and all hell. You know what I'm saying? One group of people that you cannot mention. Okay? And if you do, all hell break loose. Okay? Damn, y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. Here we go. Here we go. Y'all ain't
In
right.
fact, we'll start tonight in the Middle East, where Israel...
What? Israel isn't supposed to defend itself?
Oh, yeah, Mexico bomb Texas will be exercised.
What other country held to the same standard as the people that want to destroy our terrorists?
4,000 years later,
Who's the only democracy in the Middle East, you say?
self-hating Jew? That was weird. Anyway, what I was saying was last Thursday saw the start of a new ground offensive launched by Israel. Tradition! Holy. Look, obviously there are many strong opinions on this issue, but just merely mentioning Israel or questioning in any way the effectiveness or humanity of Israel's policies is not the same thing as being pro-Hamas.
That's nasty, right? Is it nasty? You cannot mention the small hat people, okay? Can't mention the small hat people, okay? Can't mention them at all. Because you know they ain't send no supplies into Gaza in about what? It should be like 50 or 60 days now that they got from the United Nations. They supposed to send them supplies. They haven't sent them any supplies. But if you say that they haven't done that, okay, you get this right here. You get stuff like this.
Fact. We'll start tonight in the Middle East, where Israel...
What? Israel isn't supposed to defend itself?
Oh, yeah, Mexico bomb Texas will be exercised.
What other country held to the same standard as the people that want to destroy?
And you will have black Christians come at you like this, okay? Yes, my own people. You will have black Christians come at you like this because you might have said something. Now, we're going to get off the subject because YouTube don't play, okay? We're going to get off the subject. I just want to share that with y'all, okay? You can't say nothing, okay? But nobody talking about it's been probably 60 days or more that no supplies have been entering Gaza to feed those people and those children. Okay? Nobody talking about that. Ain't nobody talking about that. Okay? All right? I'm just saying. Okay? Also, I heard that our president, okay, President Trump, is defunding PBS. Okay? He's going to defund PBS and Sesame Place, okay? Allegedly, this is what I heard, okay? Now, am I mad? Am I mad that he doing that? No. Sesame Place, y'all not the same Sesame Place that some of us grew up on. I said what I said. Sesame Street, I'm sorry, that's right. Sesame Place is the park, that's right. Sesame Street, y'all not the same Sesame Street that we grew up on. Nah, y'all not. Okay? Y'all not. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. Okay? Y'all let a lot of propaganda come in here and teach everybody children. There was a time where you can go and put your child in front of the TV, okay? And let them watch Sesame Street all day. And they learn something. Okay? No. You got men in here wearing drag and shit. Okay, I said it. Don't be mad, okay? You got men in here, got makeup on and nails and stuff. The kids asking questions and stuff. No. Listen, the propaganda is real. So am I upset that they gonna defund Sesame Street? I'm not. Because not everybody had to subscribe to that. You didn't have to subscribe to that. Sesame Street is for children to learn, not learn nonsense. I'm not mad. I'm glad they defunding you. I'm not mad about that. Sesame Street is not Sesame Street that we grew up on. It is not. You learned something. You learned something, damn it. It's not the same. Y'all got nonsense going on that channel now. Kids come out of the channel, they start asking questions. Mom, what's this? What's this? I saw this. I saw this. No. Hell no. I'm happy. Let them defund that ass. Yes, honey. Okay? Let them defund that ass. Yes. That's what you get. Because you could have stood up and said, no, we don't want to teach that to the children. Okay? We don't want to teach that to the kids. When is it a time where we, at least let these kids get older? Y'all giving it to them when they like 2, 3, 4 years old and they start asking questions. All that nonsense. I'm glad you're getting defunded, damn it. I'm glad. Anyway, now we are going to go to this right here. Now, this brother, okay, this brother had said he loved married women. Why do you think he said he loved married women? Anybody? This brother said he loved married women. He said because they easy, like Sunday morning. That's what he said. He said he loved married women because they're easy, like Sunday morning. Okay? Steven. Oh, that's nasty, Steven. That was too fast. Steven, Steven, what is you doing today, Steven? What is you doing? Oh my God, Steven. Oh my God. Let's hear what this brother got to say right here. Here we go.
Ask me why you like fucking married women. Because they easier to fuck than single women. Married bitches nowadays is not loyal at all to their husband. Them hoes is easier to fuck than single women. You meet a married woman, if a married woman give you her number today, you fuck it up by the night. Single woman give you her number today, you ain't fucking for the next 2 months until you take on 80 days. The most so-called loyal bitches out here fucking the easiest. I'm gonna say it. They're gonna ask me why you like fucking married women. Because they easier to fuck than single women. Married bitches nowadays is not loyal at all to their husband. Them hoes is easier to fuck than single women. You meet a married woman, if a married woman give you her number today, you fuck it up by the night. Single woman give you her number today, you ain't fucking for the next 2 months until you take on 80 days. The most so-called loyal bitches out here fucking the easiest. I'm gonna say it. They're gonna ask me.
Is that true? Is that true? Miss O said no loyalty at all. Oh my God. Hey John, what's up, baby? Said no loyalty at all. James said he's a small town dude. Oh my God. Okay, so Ant-Man said because he thinks that he can play with her. And she won't talk about it. But that isn't true because you all get caught. Now that's true. Mr. He said, thank you for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for coming to rock with me, even if it's just for a little bit. Guys, I have some amazing content creators in my chat. Okay? I have some amazing content creators in my chat. Ricky Williams is in the house, baby. That's the one that get in here. He tell the truth. He don't give a damn what y'all say. Okay? Shout out to Ricky Williams. Okay? I got Mr. He Said in the house, baby. Mr. He Said a dog walk you. He do it in all his majesty. Mr. He Said will dog walk you, baby. He will dog walk you in a nice way, though. He ain't got to curse or nothing. He'll dog walk you, okay? Y'all got to be mindful what y'all say about the Harrises on these YouTube streets, okay? You got to be mindful. They dog walk you. They dog walk you. And they don't like fakers, okay? They'll dog walk you. Now, Miss O is in the house, baby. Miss O is in the house, baby. Miss O will come with those facts, honey. And she's God-fearing, okay? She's God-fearing. Okay? She is God fearing. Y'all get in here. You hear me? Get in here, like and subscribe to this woman right here, okay? And to my two brothers that's in the chat, thank you for always telling the truth. You hear me? Thank you for always telling the truth. Now, green beans, I don't know what you talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. You always come in here starting trouble, okay? But I want to say thank you. Okay, I want to say thank you to you because you said take heed, continue to search this matter with Anthony. Okay, and I will. I'm gonna continue to talk about it, baby. Lady Navoa in the house, how are you? So let's get into the foolery of this conversation. This man said that married women are easy because they pass that pussy to everybody. Is this true? Married women are easy because they will pass this but JJ. Okay? They will pass that but JJ. Okay? To anybody. Okay? That's what he said. You hear me? He said married women are easy, y'all. Okay? Because they don't have no, listen, they able to give it up. Okay? They able to give it up. They ain't got to wait, 90 days to get it. You understand? So is that true? Is that true? A lot of y'all who do this nonsense, you in a fake marriage. You in a fake marriage. You have no link to your husband. If you can get out there and give his JJ away to a total stranger, you are. Even if, I don't care if you know him. I don't give a damn if you know him. You never loved this man at all. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. This brother got up there and said that they are the most easiest. This is why people, when we get in here and we be like, brothers don't want to marry, this is the shit. This is the shit right here. Because I give you my all. I give you my all. And you continue to do foolery. I give you my all and you do foolery. That doesn't make sense. I pay all the bills in the house. I do what you need me to do. And then you go out there and say you lonely. I'm lonely. I'm lonely. So I got to occupy my time with some men. Okay? When you have a husband, but I got to occupy my time because my husband is always gone and he's at work. A brother put this on social media and I had died laughing. He put this on social media. I had to put it up for myself in my chat. Okay? I had to put it up for myself because it was funny. I said, I'll be there. He said, only in America. He said this. Only in America where a woman can cheat on a man for working too much. But be faithful to the ninja in jail. Be faithful to the ninja in jail. Okay? A woman can go and cheat on her man that works too much, but be faithful to the man in jail. Why is that? Why is that? And then y'all be the same ones after you have destroyed the relationship, you have destroyed the marriage. Now you out here talking about, I need a good man. Do you know how many women we have saw on Kendra G? Shout out to Kendra G. How many women we have saw on the Kendra G say that, oh, I was married, I had a good husband. You know what I'm saying? I had a good husband, but I left him because I wanted to be a hoe. I left him because I wanted to get my ass wet. You know what I'm saying? I left him because I wanted to get some new dick. This is what a lot of y'all women get in here And y'all be telling Kendra G in my whole face, I be like, who is gonna mess with this woman? Because you left your husband. You said he was a good man. You left your husband. And now you come and talking about Kendra, you looking for a husband. How? How? One woman said, I remember she said, the man she was dating, okay, she made him wait a year and a half to sleep with him, okay? Because she was telling Kendra she used to date men who made over 6 figures, okay? So Kendra was telling her, you're asking for too much. You have too many requirements for a man to come up to your speed. And she said, I'm not, because I had a man like that. So Kendra said, well, what happened? She said, well, I was cheating on him. Kendra said, what? She said, I was cheating on him. She said, well, how long did you make him wait? Okay, to not lay down and do the dirty with him, right? She said a year and a half. But Pookie and Ray was able to give you back shots within that year and a half. And you had a good man who wanted to marry you, but you didn't want that man. You see, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? This stuff sounds crazy. But you on Kendra G talking about, I need a man. Some of y'all, you walk into your teacher. Why am I saying that? Why am I saying that? You walk into your teacher. Okay? You walk into your teacher. Okay? And he wants to teach you how to be his wife. A lot of y'all will walk into your teacher. He wants to teach you how to be his wife. And the first thing y'all do is that, oh no, he's too demanding. He's controlling. He's a narcissist. And then you go on to Kendra G and you think about your flaws and the stuff that you did because you got to say it out your mouth. You got to say it out your mouth. Sometimes people don't know that they doing wrong until they speak it out their mouth. Now, green means I told you about changing my conversation. I told you about changing my conversation. I told you about changing my conversation. I'm going to de-wrench that ass today. I'm not playing. I told you about changing my conversation. Okay? So now everybody asking you, what you talking about? Okay? Okay? Because you talking about my avatar. Somebody asking you, what you talking about? I done already told you I'm going to de-wrench that ass today. If I don't de-wrench that ass today, okay, my name is not Take Heed. I'm going to de-wrench that ass today. Okay? John said, I'll take the wrench. John, baby, you got it. You got it. I'm going to de-wrench that ass today. I'm not playing. Now, this is the uncomfortable truth. There are a lot of women who you have ran into your teacher and you have just sat up there like, I'm not going to listen to him. And then when you got to say it out of your mouth, hey, Corey Joe, what's up, baby? When you got to say it out your mouth, okay, the stuff that happened in a relationship, and it was not his fault, it was your fault. Now you come to the realization, okay, that I messed this up. I messed this up. This man right here said it's easier to sleep, okay? It's easier to sleep, okay, with married women. That should be the farthest, that should be, how can I say this? That should never even compute. You know what I'm saying? That should never even compute. But some of y'all When men walk up to you and you tell them you married, some of y'all get in here when the man respond after you say, oh, I'm married, he get in here and say, are you happily married? And then your stupid ass think, oh, am I happily married? You know, he was acting up last week, this and that. You stupid. You stupid. My sisters, if somebody asks you, oh, is you happily married? Tell them, first of all, I may not be happy right now, okay? But I'm married. That's it. That's it. Regardless of how you want to correct this person, it don't matter if I'm happy or not. I'm married. Because this is the thing that y'all don't understand. I want you to understand this part right here. Good morning, Walker. How are you? Walker, you have the power to run my chat. Did you know that? You have the power over everybody. Okay? You have the power over everybody. The next thing that Green Bean does, right? Okay? I want you to de-wrench that ass. Okay? The next thing he does, I want you to de-wrench him. Okay? Thank you so much. So now, okay? So now, Mr. He said laughing. Corey Joe. Walker said, I got you. Thank you, Walker. I appreciate you. Green beans, I'm tired. This is enough today. Yes. So now, this is the uncomfortable truth. Okay? Okay? The MJ fade away. All right, then do that. Do that then. Do that then. Okay? That's right. That's right. Do that then. Okay? So now, this is the uncomfortable truth. When you get in here and you believe that this is, you know, what you're going to do with with someone else's wife, you don't know how crazy the husband is. You don't know how crazy the husband is. Because I know y'all know crime of passion. Come on now. I know you heard of crime of passion. Because some of y'all foolish enough to go to somebody's house. Some of y'all is foolish enough to go to somebody's house. Do you hear me? Because you want to get that pussy. Some of y'all is foolish enough to go to somebody's house. Listen, my sisters, you not exempt. Y'all do that shit too. Y'all do that shit too. And then you fuck around and find out. Now we got to get in here and thank everybody for the super chats. Okay, I appreciate everybody who donated to the super chat. Mr. He said for the $2 super chat. Who else we got in here? Let me see. Mr. He said for the $2 super chat. Good morning, sister. Good morning to you too, sir. Who else we got in here? Let's get in here. Corey Joe for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. He said I'm ninja watching. Okay. And also, I believe it was Ant-Man. Ant-Man for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you, baby. Okay, Ant-Man, you got this one right here. You got this one right here.
I hate when women think because you work out, you want a fit woman or you want a woman with a six-pack. You think I'm lifting weights and doing push-ups so I can lift up a woman 140 pounds? I could do that without working out. I'm working out so I can lift you because you 250, you 300. I got to work out to do that. I'm gonna lie, I hate when women think because you work out, you want a fit woman or you want a woman with a six-pack. You think I'm lifting weights and doing push-ups so I can lift up a woman 140 pounds? I could do that without working out. I'm working out so I can lift you because you 250, you 300. I got to work out to do that.
He said, I got to work out to do that. Okay. And this one is for Mr. He said. Mr. He said, this is so funny. And they done made this woman into a cartoon now, too. Check it out. Here we go.
20K by this week in cash. That's a demand to the government. Respect to the law. Okay. Respect for the law. Okay. Respect to Allah. I need 20K.
They done made that woman into a cartoon, y'all. They done made that woman into a cartoon, y'all. Oh my God. Okay. And who else we got? Who else we got? And Corey Joe. Corey Joe, I could never forget you, baby. I could never forget you. I'm trying to remember who gave the super chats. Thank you, honey. I appreciate you for your $5 super chat, baby. And here we go right here.
Check it out. Break the weed down, roll up. Then you gotta pass the blunt all around. And you know where I'ma be found yelling woo woo with the motherfucking clowns. Getting paid is my forte, each and every day in a Chevrolet, drinking on a pink lemonade. It's the Sprite with the Minute Maid, yeah. East side to the west side, got a thick girl with some thick thighs. I'm not spending my cash, she giving me the ass. Every night I'ma have a blast. By no means average, I got a couple really bad habits. Chick, you a perfect 10, I wanna get in. Can I mix some orange juice with that gin? Like the way you work it.
So I just found out that John is petty. Look what John put in here. John said $2 for green beans getting the wrench snatched. Oh, damn, John. John, that's nasty, John. That's nasty, John. Oh, my God, John, that's nasty. John for the $2 super chat. John, that's nasty. Here we go, John. This is for your $2, sir. Here we go.
Let a nigga try me. Let a nigga try me. Let a nigga try me. Yeah. Oh, let a nigga try me.
John, that's for your $2. John, that is nasty, John. That's nasty, John. $2, John. Oh my goodness, that's nasty, John. That's wrong. Somebody said John. John is cold-blooded. Steven said John is cold-blooded. Walker said, I'm about to give John the wrench just to snatch it. That's wrong. That's wrong. Even if you give John the wrench, Walker, you can give John the wrench. But even if you give John the wrench, he doesn't have the power like you do. It'll just be like the regular mod. That's the only difference. Yeah. You know, I have to give my original kings the keys to the chat. Okay. Oh my God, that's nasty. That's nasty. Oh my God. And then Green Bean's gonna say he can't sing it. I know how to do it. What is going on? Okay. Now, listen. Now we're getting into the main event. Okay. Because it's 1:10 and my husband is home today. Okay. My husband is home today and I want to play this song right here. So I'm not going to be up here with y'all too long. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those days. It's one of those days, okay? So now let's get into the main event. Now I want to share with y'all who gave me this title today, okay? Shout out to Lady Di. Lady Di, I follow her on social media, on all her social medias. I follow her, and I had chimed in on this discussion. So the discussion was, if your husband pays all the bills in the house, does the wife have the right to put him on the couch? Shout out to Lady Di and shout out to her husband as well. Okay. So let's get into the nonsense. If your husband pays all the bills, does the wife have the right to put that ass on the couch? I'm mad with you. Your ass going on the couch. Okay, and she add bitch to the end of it because some of y'all call your husband bitches and shit like that. Okay, some of y'all crazy. Okay, do she have the right? Okay, thank you, Lady Di. I didn't even remember the husband name because her name always be in the front. Thank you so much, Miss O. So Lady Di and James. Shout out to James, damn it. Shout out to James. Okay, now. Does she have the right to put that ass on the couch? Okay? Does she have the right to put that ass on the couch? I'm mad with you. I'm mad with you. See, this is the false teaching that our mamas and grandmas have taught us. Put that ass on the couch. He make you mad, put that ass on the couch. Take heed, gonna tell you something. Okay? Take heed, gonna tell you something. And older women who've been married a long time and they got common sense, they gonna tell you not to put him on the couch. Okay? They gonna tell you not to put him on the couch. And if he go lay on the couch, right? Okay? You supposed to go follow him to the couch. You supposed to go follow him to the couch. Lay on top of him. If there's no room on the side, lay on top of him. He can take your body weight. He pulls you down when he giving you back shots, right? So he can take your body weight. You lay on him. We gonna lay on this couch together. We gonna lay on this couch together. Okay? This is what I'm telling y'all. Never put your husband on the couch. You are inviting another woman into your home. Why is they keep saying that? Y'all like, what the hell? What you mean you're inviting? What do you mean I'm inviting another woman in the house? What do you mean? This man is on the couch all night. And you in that warm bed upstairs, that big king size or queen size bed or full size bed. Okay, comfortable quilt, pillows, fluffy. Everything is amazing upstairs. And you put him on the couch. So now the next day he going to work, he mad, he upset, you ain't speaking to him or none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You ain't saying nothing to him. And so there's always somebody at the office, okay? There's always somebody on the dock that will talk to him. And this is the magical words that she say. Good morning, King. Magical words that she say, okay? Good morning, King. And she got that bright lip gloss on, that like shiny lip gloss and shit. Good morning, King. She get in there and she'll tell him, good morning, King. She'll say, did you bring anything to eat? He said, nah, my wife didn't make me nothing. Because I'm going to share something with you. Those women who want your man, they know which man they want at work. So they always bring an extra plate of everything that they got in their plate. Always one. There's always one. Because she wants your man. There's always one. And you know how they find out when you're not treating your husband right at home? You know how they know? It's the way your husband interact at work. When he looks sad all the time. When he walking around, he got this angry face on and everything. Guys, I'm going to be right back because this dog is doing some nonsense. Give me a minute. We're going to come right back. We're going to come right back. I'm going to play this for y'all. We're going to come right back, okay? Because he doing some nonsense outside. Let me see. Let me get this music popping. Hold on. And we're going to come back to the conversation, okay? So I saw you, Green Beans, said something about a camera. There's a camera in the back that sees the dog. But our dog, he's spoiled. Like he think he's a human, okay? He like a little mini baby, but he big. He look like a bear. So he doesn't stay outside a long time. He get mad. It's like after he done ate breakfast and everything, he done drunk his water, he done played out there. And then he like, I'm ready to come inside. I did everything I wanted to do. And now, mama, you got to let me in the house. So that's what he does. He does it every day. I don't know if y'all noticed that. Okay, he does it every day. Okay, he's very spoiled. Okay, he looks at me. Like, why am I upset with him? I came outside, he looking at me, talking to me and stuff. I'm like, well, I'm on a live. I'm on a live. Okay, this is the time I get up here and I start talking to people. Okay? And he looking at me like, you took too long to come get me. Okay, so listen. The dog think that I'm supposed to bend to every will. Okay? He's spoiled now, damn it. Okay? Oh my God. And he just looked at me. Like, mama, you took too long. You took too long to come pick me up. Mind you, you in the backyard. You in the backyard. Nobody's gonna come to do nothing to you. You in the backyard. Okay? You already be bullying the other people, dogs and stuff. You in the backyard. Oh my God. Yes, he fancy. He think he fancy. Okay? I done threw this dog out there. First of all, this dog eat whole chickens. Okay? He eat whole chickens. my God. Oh my God. Listen. Oh my God. The dog is spoiled. He's spoiled. And that's my fault. That's my fault. Because when he was small, I used to hold him a lot. That's my fault. You know what I'm saying? That's my fault. Because I used to hold him all the time and everything when he was tiny and everything like that. And then he got bigger. He just be looking at me like, what's up, gang, gang? And I look at him, you better go sit down. I don't have time. Okay? And he look at me like this. You know what I'm saying? Like mama ain't say nothing. He just walked past me. You know what I'm saying? The boy he's a problem. He's a problem. And he know it. He know it. Okay? When company come over and I gotta put him in his room, you know what I'm saying? Put him out there in the cage and everything like that, his kennel. He looking at me like they the problem. It's not me. I'm not the problem. They the problem. Mind you, who wants to see a big pit bull bear looking at them? Okay? Now, mind you, he's a sweet doggy. He's very sweet. Okay? He's sweet. But you know, you looking at, this is a bear. He looks like a bear. You know, you looking like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? You know, and the bark, listen. Anyway, oh my God. Let's get into the foolery. I don't have time. Okay, I'm done. He just looked at me like, you just took too long out. You had me outside. It's cold out here, you know. Mind you, it's not that cold, but he looking at me like you took too long. And where's my heater? He has his own heater. He has his own heater. You know what I'm saying? Woosah, woosah. Oh my God. All right, let's go. Let's get into. You called him the poor baby? You said he's the poor baby? Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, my neighbor, well, listen, check this out. Check this out. Last time the neighbor saw me feeding the dog, she said, you feed him that? Like that's what he eat? She said, my dogs eat kibble. I said, yeah, because you got little tiny dogs. Mine look like a bear. Okay, so I got to feed him bear food. Okay, I got to feed mine bear food. Say, oh, he's so big. Anytime somebody comes see him, say, wow, how old is he? Why he look like that? I said, it's whole chickens. It's whole chickens. Yes, nothing but the best. Okay, I love my doggy. I love him, but he got his own heater. He's bad. I don't, just look at him. He pet walk out the living room like he don't know me and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He do nonsense. Okay, he be doing nonsense. He be looking at me like, mama, I'm ready to eat again. You know what I'm saying? It's some nonsense. And then he look at me and the kids be like, mama, you the only one that can tell him to sit down. Cause I'm his mama, that's why. He know who got the authority over here. I'm your mama. You see, the other kids get scared. They look, say, wait a minute. Okay. Now, when the king come in, he all, cause he, my husband let him do, little stuff. So he, I get you better go, and he look at me. He sly look at me. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's get into the other thing I was talking about, y'all. Okay, because I don't want to hold y'all too long. Because this I want this to be my song. I'm ready to get into that song. Now, anyway, let's get into the foolery. So the stuff that our parents, not parents, but our mama, grandmama, great-grandma had taught us, and it passed down from generation to generation, that it's okay to mistreat your husband is wrong. Do you hear me? The stuff that they taught us, okay, when you get mad with him, stop cooking, stop cleaning, stop making love to him, put him on the couch. This is the 4 nonsense that we were taught that destroys your marriage. Learn how to not go to bed angry with this man, okay? Now, this is for a man with a king mindset. We are not talking about Pookie and Rere. Do you hear me? We're not talking about Pookie and Rere, okay? We're not talking about a man who doesn't do what he's supposed to do. We are not talking about him, because some of y'all sisters get in here and get indignant. We are not talking about him, okay? We are talking about a man with a king mindset. He should not be on the couch. Okay? He should not be on the couch. You should not get in there and put in your mind, I'm not going to be making love to this man. I'm not going to wash his clothes. I'm not going to cook. I'm not going to clean. That should not be in your mind. Walker said, don't marry Pookie. Now, that's right, because some of y'all do. Some of y'all marry Pookie, and then you label all black men ain't shit. Mind you, you didn't vet Pookie like you were supposed to. You just was excited he wanted to marry you, so you didn't vet him, and then you turned around and married him, and now y'all got to get a divorce. Now you got to get a divorce. My younger women and my older ones who only been married a few years. Every marriage will go through ups and downs. Do you understand? Every marriage you will see seasons change. But one thing I will tell you, and this is one thing that I live by, stay in servitude of your husband. Stay in servitude. Okay? Mr. He said Chat GPT could have picked a better husband for you. Ooh, that's nasty. He ain't lying. He ain't lying. Stay in servitude of your husband. Reggie B, thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you, sir. Stay in servitude of your husband. That's how your marriage lasts. This is how it lasts. Because you and him are doing an interaction between each other. See, some of y'all fall out of love because of the interaction is no more. You let him go. He wash his own stuff. He wash his own plate. Everything he does is he doing it on his own. You're not doing anything. This is how some older couples, they separate from each other. When you don't stay in servitude. Why is Take Heed telling you to stay in servitude? 18 years, Take Heed still bring her husband his plate. I still bring my husband his plate. I still clear his plate. I still bring him, if he want coffee, I still bring coffee. I still wash his clothes. My husband does not have to do anything in this house that he doesn't, that is not required. I don't have to he doesn't have to do anything in here. He doesn't. Once in a blue, you'll see my king do something. But mainly everything, it's me. It's me. Only because I'm staying in servitude. Now, sometimes I laugh at him because I see him doing something. And I walk up to him, I say, you know how to do that? And he'll tell me, I don't know how to do it, but you know how to do it. So go ahead and you do it. We'll laugh about it. It's funny. But my king can do all these things. He can cook, he can clean. He did all these things already on his own when we were not together. And my king can throw down in the kitchen. Do you hear me? He can throw down in the kitchen. Okay? But I'm letting you know is that stay in servitude. That's how you continue to stay married, because y'all have that pleasant interaction between one another. When you serve the plate, he say thank you. You say you welcome. You know what I'm saying? The servitude, just like when you go to just like when you go to your workplace, you're polite, you're kind to everybody there. This is what you need to do with your husband as well. This is a lifetime affair. This is what marriage is supposed to be, a lifetime affair. I didn't say every day was going to be easy, did I? I didn't say that. I didn't say that nothing would go wrong in your marriage. I didn't say that either. But what I'm saying is you got to understand that marriage is seasons. There is a season of hardship. There is a season of pain. There's a season of love and there's a season of greatness. You got to be able to ride through those seasons. Take Heed has seen seasons of hardship. Take Heed has seen seasons of pain. Take Heed has seen season of greatness. I have seen seasons like this. and seasons of love as well. But I want you to understand this. A man that you respect first, you can never pull away from. A man that you respect first, you can never do nonsense like this brother said earlier, that the easiest women are married women. See, when you have respect for your husband, people can't lead you to do nonsense. Because the first thing that they said to you, the first image that you see is your husband. The first image that you see is your husband. Because you have respect for him. There's certain shit you're not going to do. Nobody can make you do it. Do you hear me? Nobody can make you get in there and do any foolery against this man. Nobody can make you do it. And I didn't say love, I said respect. Do you hear what I'm saying? I said respect. Understand that. Reggie B, thank you for the $10 super chat. I'm going to hit you with this, baby. Here we go.
I need 20K by this week in cash. That's a demand to the government. Respect to the law, respect for the law, respect to Allah. I need 20K by this week.
Sister girl is too much, but they done made that baby famous, honey. Oh my God. So back to the story at hand. Stop getting advice from your mother that's broken. We're going to talk about that. Stop getting advice from your grandmother that's broken. See, I want you to look at the women in your family. If none of them have a man that has a king mindset, because some of these women can get men. Do you hear me? Some of these women who are broken could get men, but the men are not men of substance, okay? But I want you to look at the women in your family and the men that they have or men that they don't have, okay? Watch how they interact with these men. Once you see that it look toxic, don't go get no advice from them. How many times have Take Heed say that? Everybody got this one auntie in their family, okay? Everybody got this one auntie in their family that you see. How many times have I told y'all this? How many times have I told y'all this? This is the auntie that goes to the cookout, the family cookouts, family reunion, okay? Her and Uncle James, this Auntie Mary, her and Uncle James always driving down in that caddy. Uncle James got that caddy pimped out, okay? Him and Auntie always got the same clothes on, same sneakers, everything. Okay? Uncle be wearing his hat backwards. Okay? Uncle get out the car, open up Auntie Mary's door. Auntie Mary come out. Her sisters, all of them hug her and shit. Okay? Brothers get up there, hit Uncle James, dap him up and stuff. Uncle James go sit down with his brothers. Okay? Auntie brings over Uncle James' plate. All the other men ain't get their plate. You know, they wives ain't paying no attention to them. And then Auntie turn around, Uncle James smack on the ass. That's the auntie you go talk to. Okay? When you see Uncle James and Auntie Mary disappear into the woods and they come back, Uncle James trying to fix his shorts and stuff. That's the one you go and get information from. They've been married like 30-something years. That's the one you go talk to. I did not say go talk to the auntie that hold the Bible to her chest. Every time she talked to your uncle, she get in there and start throwing scriptures at him. Okay? I ain't say go to that one. That one got some hidden issues. I didn't say go to that one. I didn't say that Auntie Mary didn't pray for Uncle James either. I didn't say Auntie Mary don't go to church either. I said Auntie Mary is the one that you go to. Okay? Auntie Mary still got Uncle James going crazy in their old age. Okay? That's who you get the information from about being married for a long time. Because your auntie that got the Bible strapped to her chest, the husband got all his body outside the house. He got one hand in the house. One hand is in the house. The rest of his body is outside the house. Some of y'all, and I don't mean to hit some of y'all who, you know, who are my Christian brothers and sisters, but some of y'all get in here and you treat your husband like crap because you throwing scriptures at him. You're throwing scriptures at him. You're not following the natural order. Some of y'all think y'all are, though. Some of y'all think you following the natural order. Do you think Yahweh wants you to get up there and disrespect your husband and then be at church on Sunday jumping into the Holy Spirit? Do you think Yahweh wants you all week? You've been getting at your husband, throwing scriptures at him all week, and then Sunday you go to church and be jumping around like you holier than thou. Yahweh does not want you to do that. He wants you to go by the natural order. He wants you to respect and love your husband. My younger women, y'all got to understand. You got to understand the assignment. Stop letting these older women fool you. They will get you in some nonsense. When you see the auntie, that every time the auntie call, when you call auntie say, you tell auntie, I want to come over, auntie. I really got to talk to you. She say, baby, listen, honey, me and Uncle James don't do visitation like that. You got to call us like a week in advance for you to come over to the house. Okay? You got to call before you come. You know our kids is grown. They all out the house. And it's only me and your uncle here. You might come over here and get something you don't want to see. Okay? Don't come over here without getting the invitation. Okay? Or we have put you on the calendar to come over. Okay? You want to know why? Because Uncle James and Auntie Mary is doing nonsense in the jacuzzi. Okay? Auntie Mary and Uncle James is doing some nonsense with some handcuffs, okay? They don't want you to see them doing nonsense. Do not come over to the house unless you got an invitation. Invitation. Don't come over there, okay? Don't come over there. Y'all be messing up. Now, do Take Heed wants to be like Auntie Mary and have a husband like Uncle James? I already got that. Okay? I already got that. I just pray it continues in our old age. Okay? Okay? Oh my God. Stop putting these men on the couch. Stop putting these men on the couch. Let me share something with you. I don't care if he don't pay all the bills in the house. I don't care if he don't pay all the bills in the house. I don't care. I don't care if he don't pay all the bills in the house. But y'all in there working together to maintain the home and put a little savings away. You don't put him on the couch. Okay? And even if he's been working for God knows how many years, and then all of a sudden, okay, all of a sudden he loses his job. You don't put his ass on the couch either. You don't do that shit either. Don't do that dumb shit. Don't put him on the couch either. This is when you encourage him that things are going to get better. Things are going to get better. It's going to work out. I believe in you. One thing about a black man, I have to say a black man because I'm African American, so I got to say my brothers. One thing about a black man, if you go in and you see nonsense going on in his life, and you say, baby, you look at him and you say, I know you can do it. I know we going through something right now, but I believe in you. You don't know what that type of love is. You don't know what that type of love is. Hey, Tracy, what's up, baby? You don't know what that type of love is. And he's so happy to have you. My sister-in-law called my husband today, right? Okay, and they in Nigeria. My sister-in-law said to my husband, brother, I don't know what kind of wife you chose in America, but I thank God for her. She is the sweetest woman that I ever seen in my life. She is so kind to our family. She's so loving. Said, brother, you picked a good one. And my king told her, I know. She a troublemaker, but I know I picked a good one. Now, why you had to say troublemaker at the end, sir? I know you watching my stream. Why you had to say troublemaker at the end? She was giving me a compliment, okay? I'm your problem. Everybody ain't got to know I'm a problem. I'm your problem, okay? I'm your problem, sir. I know you watching my stream. I'm your problem, okay? Be nice. Be nice. Somebody give you a compliment about me. Your wife is a nice lady, this and that. Say thank you. You ain't got to get in there and say, oh, she's a little, she a little trouble, okay? Oh, my God. Now, this is what I want to tell y'all. Stop listening to the hype. You will destroy your marriage. You and him are one. Forget what everybody else say, what your mama say, what your daddy say, what your auntie say, what your sister say, what your cousin say, what your brother say. You and him are one. Love this man. Continue to love this man. Do right by him. And another thing too. You only supposed to be giving that BJJ to your husband. Some of y'all who think it's okay to pass the BJJ collection plate to other men, okay? You gonna put these men 6 feet under. Do you hear me? You're going to wind up putting these men 6 feet under because you want to go around and pass the BJJ collection plate to other men. You don't know what your husband is thinking when he finds out stuff like this. Y'all got to do better. Now I gotta go. I got to go. Okay? I gotta go. All right. I done been up here with y'all for what is it? An hour and 42 minutes. I gotta go because this is what I need to hear right now. And if none of y'all ain't got to do that song, that's your business. But I gotta go. Okay. Green Beans says, what happened? Okay, I thought he was talking to me because I was gonna say yeah. Okay. I was gonna say something. Okay. Sometimes I sleep on the couch because I sleepwalk. All right, Leo, what is going on? I gotta go, y'all. I gotta go. Okay, I got to go. Okay. Now, listen, if you like the content, please like and subscribe to the page. Okay, if you like the content, please like and subscribe to the page. Okay. What happened? Renee, why you being mean, Renee? Listen, Renee, I'm not gonna attack them. I'm not. Why you saying it like that, Renee? I'm not gonna attack him. Now, sometimes I do. Now, I'm just saying, I'm not going to attack him. Okay, Renee, be nice now. Be nice, okay? Now, attack in a good way, but I don't know if I really, Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, Wallace, what's up, baby? Yes, I'm going to bite him. Yes, Wallace, you're right. I am going to bite him. Okay, I was doing it before I came on the live. Yes, I will be biting him. Now, I gotta go. Now, if you like and subscribe to the page if you feel the content, donate to the page if you feel the content. You could do it through Cash App, Venmo. You could do it through Super Chat right here, right now, if you like the content. Also, if you want to shop with us, our family business is called ubnracksfashion.com. Okay, so you will see the links in my bio. Mercari, POSHMARK, and eBay. We also sell on those websites too. If you want to shop merch, scroll to the top of the page. You will see shop or store. Go in there. We got hoodies, shirts, mugs, water bottles, and baby clothes. Okay. Also, they got baby clothes in there. Can you imagine? Lord, I better not see no baby. We going to the doctor. We going to have a long talk. I better not see no baby. Okay. Oh my God. Now, let me see. Miss O said I'm about to attack mine. He just made it home. All right now. Gang, gang. All right now. I gotta go. Everybody have a good day. And this my song. Take heed to the message, everybody. Have a good morning, guys.